What's going on, Facebook? Man, it's your boy Randy. We are live. Let's see if they're going to let me do it this time. They should. I'm a good guy. But now we're going to get into it, man. Waking up to the law of attraction. When you come into the room, let me know where you're watching from. I'm coming to you from the city of Dallas, Texas. We're going to get right into it, man. So make sure you drop where you're watching from. Let me get some likes, some loves, whatever it is that you like to do, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Mi casa, su casa. We're going to crank this thing off, man. Waking up to the law of attraction. Waking up to the law of attraction. What's happening, David? Appreciate you for checking in, man. No, this is your beat here, right? We're going to see if we can get this to jump. If you would like to, you know anybody that would probably, this would benefit, then share this with your team, share this with your friends, share this with your loved ones, share this with your next door neighbor. Whatever you feel like you need to do, man. We're going to see if we can get this number to jump. We're going to dive right into it, man. Dive right into it. Waking up to the law of attraction. You know, I get a lot of questions, people asking me, how do I actually use the law of attraction? They want to know, is there a special thing that they need to do to actually use the law of attraction? Thing about that is, you can do absolutely nothing and use the law of attraction. I mean, absolutely nothing. What you're doing right now is using the law of attraction. You can absolutely do nothing at all, and you can attract absolutely that. The things that everything's going to be aligned to your core frequency. So basically, you can't have an idea that you want to be this certain person, but you're only that certain person at nighttime, and you don't actually align yourself, you know what I'm saying, with frequency and all. Like, meaning the type of people that you hang around are not the type of people, or not at the end of the road that you're trying to get to, or on the path that you're trying to get to. You can't kick it with the biker boys and want to be the goody two shoe. You know, you have to actually be aligned. Hang around certain types of people that are going to lead you into the direction. You have to actually raise your frequency, man. Meaning the types of foods that you eat, the type of places that you visit, your foods especially, man. I noticed that with being able to make sound decisions. I notice the type of people that come around me in the places that I choose to shop for my foods. You know, we're thinking alike. You know, we're in the same sections of the grocery store. We're thinking alike. You start to notice that the people who usually would eat with you, they definitely don't want to go to your vegan restaurant. They definitely don't want to go to your favorite vegetarian spot. So therefore, you find yourself eating alone. There's nothing wrong with eating alone, because what do you do when you're alone? You start to find things out about yourself. You start to kick it with people of a higher frequency. Yourself, people that are around you that are there, they are more aware that they need to start taking care of their bodies. So you start attracting these types of people, the types of people who want to move further in life, who want that success. They're making sound decisions and thinking differently. You know, it's not if you're the type that can't wait for the weekend so you can celebrate, then all your friends are going to be the ones that like to go to the club on the weekends. Simple as that. If you're one of those that wants to move forward, you're only using this job to help you move further in your business, and on the weekends you research and you study, you're going to meet people who do the same thing. If you are into positivity and that's what you like, you want to reach people with positivity, then guess what? You get on Facebook and do what I'm doing, you're going to reach everyone that's interested in positivity. Look what I put up. I put up the topic of my live to be awakening to the law of attraction. Waking up to the law of attraction. Everybody dug in, those that are interested in the law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? The law of attraction. And another one I get that kind of runs right along with this is what is my take on being awake? First off, I'm going to put it to you like this. There are so many levels of being woke to where I really don't have a take on the term of being woke. I don't have a take on that, because I mean, it starts differently from different people. You can get hung up in different areas of being awake. You can get hung up in different areas. I mean, because first off, you start to, when you wake up, you start to ask questions. You start seeing things and start thinking differently. You start asking questions, like the walls of the matrix start to crumble and fall down. You start to notice things that you never noticed before. You start having those moments, and damn, I never noticed. Those type of moments start to happen to you. Now you notice there are some people who get hung up and caught in this era, in this part of waking up, and they stay there. They stay there in the finding stage. So see, what happens in the first awakening stage, it doesn't happen all peacefully and then you bloom into this flower. No, awakening starts with destruction. It starts with pure destruction. Everything that you once believed, that you once thought to be true, thought to be real, is you come to find out that it's not. Everything comes crashing down. And it's crazy, because you start to notice this, and then you start having withdrawals. Meaning not withdrawals, but you start to withdraw yourself from your old crowds, from your old surroundings, from your old friends. And it can become lonely and uncomfortable. It can. It can become lonely and uncomfortable. But if you raise your frequency, if you tap into the right frequency, meaning if I link in with Angelique, link in with Kelsey, and I start following them on Facebook, I get rid of the negative people that I used to have on my page, and guess what happens? I start to understand what's happening to me. I started to make friends who are thinking like me. I started to rise up from that dark place that I once was. You started to notice also being awake. You start to notice that every idea that you've ever had wasn't yours. You felt like it was yours. You felt like you owned it, but you started to notice that it wasn't yours. There was an era when a lot of us were coming up thinking that we're supposed to be doctors and lawyers, and if you're not a doctor or lawyer, then you're probably nothing. For a long time, that was the thing, a doctor or a lawyer. Or what do you want to be? I want to be a policeman. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. Whether you had that in you internally, whether that was in you or not, that's what people were coming out and saying always, always, always. If it wasn't that, then they would just revert to being an athlete and making their way through college and such. So you start noticing that a lot of your ideas were not even yours. And it becomes scary to you. So a lot of people are still stuck in this stage where they're like, man, damn, I've been lied to. But who are you mad at? Who you really mad at? It's best that you put the pieces to the puzzle together and move forward, because it's time for you to live your life at this point. You noticed it. It's time for you to, move forward and live your life at this point. Now, once you make it past this stage, now this is the fun stage. Now, this is the fun stage I like to call, because now you've gotten out of the hole. I'm pissed off that all of this has been going on and I've been blinded. Now you come to the stage where you want to wake everybody up. We've all been here. All my people who are woke or awake, you want to wake you want your mama to be awake. You're worried about them. You're like, man, they have not been living their lives. I just want them to know the truth. And you want to wake everybody up. You don't feel any malice or any animosity towards religions or anything. Like, you can talk to anybody. You start to really realize what it means to be alive. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to wake everybody up. You start sharing so much info. I mean, you start to really understand what it really means to be awake. So you want to share it with everyone. Not only that, but you start to understand what it really means to take care of your health. You start to understand what it really means to put real food, real nutrition in your body. You start to notice that. You start to notice the decisions you are starting to make, the ideas you start to get, the way you move, the way you carry yourself, your sleep patterns. You start to wake up early. I changed my eating habits and I wake up without an alarm clock, bro. Like, are you serious? Like, I can get up in the morning without an alarm clock and I'm just laying in the bed really in disbelief half the time, until I get that phone call from my son. He's like, are you up? It's time to go to school. I'm like, yeah, I'm just sitting there tripping. But, because it shocks me that you can wake up this way without an alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about what you put into your body and how you program your body and how you align yourself. And like I said before, you have to be aligned with your core frequency, meaning it has to be exactly where you're headed. Your frequency has to be on point. You can't want to go save the world by feeding children, but you go to the club every night. You can't shelter the homeless. Want to shelter the homeless, but you're out selling drugs on the weekend. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you can do that, but how long can you do it? Can they rely on you? Can they depend on you? Can they